part of travel, of South by Southwest, is meeting people that maybe you have never met before or you've known online. How many of us have those relationships? Sometimes for 10, 12 years, I've known Steve Harper, who I call Ripple On, because he's all about what's called the ripple effect.
Yeah.
But his handle on Instagram, where I kind of see him most, is Ripple On. So we go back and forth, we communicate. I think it's been for over 10 years now.
Yeah, well over.
You know, and then finally, you know, Steve has a podcast, but he really didn't want me on it for a while. He finally relented and let me come on the podcast and have a conversation with him, and we had a great time and created some great content. But all of a sudden, I'm coming here, he's down in Austin, I'm like, I'll be at South by Southwest, let's get together. The man went out of his way, he found a restaurant that worked for me. I'm vegan, so he tried to find something that would work. We found this great place called Clay Pit with Indian food, it's fabulous. But more importantly, we finally got to meet face to face. And I just want to talk, so I talk about return on relationship, I talk about looking people in the eye digitally, how important relationships are. Be good to people, like you can see here, do for others without expectation of anything directly in return. And that's what this guy is all about, except he calls it the ripple effect and how one conversation affects another. So Steve, do me a favor, talk about this a little bit, tell us about it.
Well, the ripple effect is any action, big or small, that you make an impact on another person. And this guy has made a huge impact on me. You are the man. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, you handed me the mic, so I assume I've got to be telling the story. But reality is, we just gelled on that topic, right? Making connections with people, looking for ways to make yourself, relatable to people. It's really critical. And Ted is somebody that I've really admired for a long time. He knows how to build the relationships electronically, online. And they translate to face, and it's just been amazing.
And to extend on this a little bit, you can hold the mic.
All right.
Come on, hold it for me.
Yeah.
I gotta be able to use my hands when I talk. But
you're from New York. I mean, come on, let's go.
There you go. But one of the things I want you to understand is that Steve is a businessman. And like, look, I do things. I work for companies, I do consulting, I've built businesses. Right now I'm working with a lot of direct-to-consumer brands. But our brand is about, mine is return relationship, his is Ripple On or the ripple effect. And it's something that we do in addition to what we do as a business. Steve owns 2 software companies. He speaks at companies, he trains salespeople, but all wrapped around that is this idea that everything you do affects someone else, that affects someone else, that affects someone else. You know, and I love that. And I love the whole ripple effect thing because it's such a visual.
Yep.
So talk to me a little bit about that.
Well, it's very much like you think, right? It's like, casting that stone into that crystal clear pond, right? That action, that rock is, you don't know how deep it goes or really what kind of impact it has, but it ripples out and it always ripples back to you. And most people don't realize it. They don't take the time to understand it.
And that's like do for others because it might not come directly in return.
Be good to people.
Be good to people.
Yes.
You build I like to say that a brand is what you do, a reputation is what people remember and share. And it's by doing that thing that you build that reputation where people go, oh, I know you. I saw you conversing with Steve or with Knox.
Yep.
Or doing something. And weren't you helping them with something? Like, do you work for them? Are you a consultant? No, they're a friend. I like to say to people, what can I do to support you? And very often that's misunderstood when I say it to someone with a big company.
Yep.
They think I'm saying, how can I work for you? Can you pay me to do something? Not that I'm against that. But the point is, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, how can I support you? I have a big audience. I create a lot of content. Can I write something about you? I want to support people, and what can I do? Are you looking for a job? Do you need to meet people? Are you looking for employees? And why do I do that? Number one is I do it out of the goodness of my heart, but I also do it because one day I will come back to you and I want a favor. But truth be told, 90% of the favors I ask for are, can you talk to my friend's kid? I know someone that's out of work who's looking to build a new career. Maybe you can give them some guidance. To me,
or give me some advice.
But again, I love the visual of the ripple effect because return on relationship is very static. But when you think of rippling, you think of that, like you said, that mark in the pond and how it continues.
Absolutely. I mean, you look at us. I mean, 10 plus years, we've stayed connected. We engage, we find ways to contribute to each other's lives, yet we just met for the first time face to face.
And now we finally got a chance to hug, man. Thank you, buddy.